Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Third Shift. This is episode 152. I, of course, am your host, the greatest man who's ever lived. You know me, it's Matt. With me, as almost always, pretty much 99% always, it's my buddy Eric. What's up, Eric? Hey, you know how we do the show. How was your week, my friend?
My week was fan-friggin-tastic. We did a whole bunch of nothing. We got back from camping a couple weeks ago, told you guys all about that. Then this last weekend, we had a big get-together at a friend's house, and they were like, hey, you guys should come this year. And we haven't been going for, years now. And we're like, I don't know about that. It's so difficult. And they said, bring your camper and camp out. And there's no reason you shouldn't be able to come then, right? I went, I guess so.
yeah, we can totally do that.
Yeah. So we brought the camper over to their house, parked her up, got her all set up. Some shenanigans took place, as is always the case with my life. I had to go back home, which is like a 40-minute drive. Started a thunderstorm. It was really difficult. It was crazy. Whoa, man. Ended up taking me like an hour and 40 minutes to get there and back and everything else. But got that camper set up, started to have a couple beers, ate some good food, hung out with some friends. The kids were really good, did exactly what they were told to do, went to bed, no problem when it was time to go to bed, had a couple more beers once they were in bed, and got to sit around a fire and talk with good friends and great company and had some fun. Ended up okay. Went to bed in the camper, woke up, I got treated to a fantastic breakfast, and then I went home.
Oh, man, now I'm jealous. I'm thinking about a good breakfast.
Oh, yeah. She did up a whole bunch of crepes, Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did hear you guys
and then
over here.
Did scrambled eggs and bacon, French toast, all sorts of crap, man. OJ was on the table, juice was on the table. And
damn, I'll have to bring a tent next time.
yeah.
Oh, Matt's crappy tent is here. It's in the backyard.
Exactly.
Why didn't he go home? I want to stay for breakfast.
I want that breakfast, you promised. There was so much of it. It was plenty. You'd have been able to eat like a big old piggy man and have a great time. Yes. Dang. So there you go. Lesson learned. Next time, come camp out. It'll be great. It'll be a good time. It wasn't bad. It was honestly not that bad. So it sort of changed my mind. I was thinking about making this my last one I ever did, but with that having gone as smooth as it went, I went, all right, I guess I'll go next year. It's fine.
That's kind of what I was thinking when I was there. I was like, like we talked about, I don't want to stay late. It's not really my jam anymore. But even that 3-hour gap that I was there, he's got into the fire zone, getting a little bit of toasty and telling stories, having good times, standing around a fire with buddies, which is how everything started. It's just this is it. This is it. And I can just not be stupid and drive home nice and easy and go to bed. And just be like, wow, good outing. Cool.
I had some fun. I had a couple beers. Went home, slept in my bed, took a shower, bada bing, bada boom. Yeah. Good times. So it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I said I wasn't gonna. I thought I wasn't gonna, but I did. So there you go. It pays to go do things sometimes, I guess.
It pays to spend time with your actual human friends in the real world.
Does it really? Oh, man. Everything tells me I should stay home.
Sometimes it doesn't, but if you're smart, it works out great.
That's right. True that. Now, beyond that, been working, nothing special on that front. Always the same old crapo. But I did decide finally to paint the deck. All right. So we got this cool rubber paint. We were like, all right, yeah, we're going to do this. And man's like, you got to get this done. I'm like, yes, we got to get this done. And then she got sick, and the father-in-law got sick, and so I've been out there rocking and rolling, trying to get her done, and it's taking a lot longer than I was hoping it would, but it's coming along nice. It looks real damn sharp, and the wife's back up in operation, so she'll be able to help me with the rest of this project. So hopefully it'll go a little bit quicker for us. And I'd say I'd post pictures, but I won't. I won't do that. So I'm not gonna lie to you people.
This is what the older daughter's for. She will save you at least one plank on the deck. Daughter, you're doing this one. And then you at least have one less to do.
That's right. It's true.
Daddy, I don't want to do this. Nah, I'll give you candy later. Okay.
Oh, she would do it. She's good. She'd do it, she's told. But I don't want her to do it because she'll inevitably get the rubber paint into her hair. Because she has Rapunzel hair, if you remember. and it goes past her butt. And so as soon as she kneels down, the hair is going to be laying all over the paint on the deck. And then we're going to have to cut her hair, and she's going to cry and be miserable for weeks.
You see the smile of delight on my face.
I'm too smart, Matt. I already know. I'm a precog, all right?
There you go. You sent the ball rolling down. Hair disaster.
Exactly.
Avoid that
Avoid
one.
that. Throw it in the trash. Let's keep going. So, yes. On the game front, I've been dabbling in all sorts of things. I beat the official Dragon Quest XI, main story. However, there was no platinum or no gold, meaning I was like instantly like, okay, something's not right here. Sure enough, there's a whole nother story, a whole nother boss that I got to do. So I'm not finished with that game. I finished Borderlands, Commander Lilith, and all that. Did that whole storyline. It was awesome. A lot of fun. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed everything else, but I can't wait. It just made me want Borderlands 3 even more with all the new updates and the new things and the news this and the shine and the shimmer. So, looking forward to it. I did try to do Haterex. I keep getting about 10%, and then he, does this little worm thing, starts healing and healing and healing. And for some unforsaken reason, I can't get him past that 10% mark. So it's driving me insane. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get him. He's going to die. That's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And after I get him and his loot drops, I'm sure I'll probably get the last trophy, which is equip the rainbow crap in every single slot. And then I'll be all done and wonderful with the DLC. And then I can put that aside and wait for, of course, Borderlands 3 itself.
Yeah, it'll be nice to actually finally be able to, for real this time, actually delete it off the console. Because there's not going to be time for any holiday DLCs because Borderlands 3 drops.
Yeah.
So now's the time.
Well, yeah, it's such a short window. Plus, you got
say farewell and have a beer,
Control coming. So many games in between. So I'm a busy little bee. I got no time for nothing.
Yeah.
My time is zero. Absolutely, utterly zero right now. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I got to clone myself, stop time. Something's got to happen. I got to figure out something here. Beyond that, I think that's about it. I mean, I've dabbled in Destiny. I got my brother-in-law. He's been playing, wants me to get back in hardcore. And I keep telling myself to get in a bunch of other stuff and finish it up, but it's not going to happen because that's the way the world works. So, hey. Oh, and lastly, I know I'm late to the party, but I pre-ordered the Borderlands 3 $99 Unicorn Special Edition.
About time, Eric. About time.
Well, I gotta hustle. I gotta figure out ways to make this work. I say it all the time.
Stand on that corner with a cardboard sign. Hey, please, need help. Veteran needs help.
I'm a poor man trying to do a rich man stuff.
On the back, it continues. Needs help buying Borderlands 3.
Yeah,
but you hold that
hold
up
right
against your
chest.
chest.
No one ever sees it. Yep. Never know the reason. I didn't know, buddy. Look, if you'd have just read the whole sign, I mean. Oh, gosh. It just sucks. But like I said, I got it done. I figured out a way to get it, and I got it. So we are safe. We are secure. I will be playing Borderlands 3 with all the goodies and all the DLCs at my disposal.
And speaking of that, this week we got a little infographic from Gearbox and Borderlands about all the cool stuff you're going to actually be getting in those deluxe or upwards editions. We actually got looks at the skins, like the retro skins and the neon skins and the toy gun sets. Some pretty cool stuff in there. And then, it just had DLC blocks for 1, 2, 3, and 4. But I thought it was cool to actually see what you're actually going to get now.
Yeah, when I saw the Butt Stallion thing, this is before they showed you what you were getting with the Butt Stallion. They were just talking about what you're getting with the Butt Stallion shindig. I was super stoked. And then they showed me the pictures of what I'm getting. And the pistol or whatever is fantastic. Super stoked about that. However, I've got a complaint, Gearbox. The Butt Stallion ponytail thing, it's pretty creepy. When I saw it, I thought serial killer who kills children cuts off their ponytails and puts it like somewhere for them to remember. And I was like, that's pretty damn dark and weird. I don't know if I should be wearing Butt Stallion's ponytail on my backpack.
It does seem kind of weird because, see, I didn't go serial killer, but if you take it to a somewhat more creepy or less creepy way, maybe it's just like the person who like sneaks in your window and snips the ponytail off and then
keeps it for themselves and smells it, because they love you so much and you don't return their love. Yeah, it's all equally creepy.
What I figured was it would be like, like those cell phone charms, like a little butt stallion that would hang off your gun or your pack.
Yeah,
like
that's what I was thinking. The charm of butt
stallion herself
as a whole.
But yeah, it seems like it makes me think of like a dead butt stallion. Here's the ponytail. It's just not,
it just evokes bad vibes, creepiness, strangeness to me. There's nothing good about it, and I should like that. I should love that. It should be funny to me.
It's true.
However, for whatever reason, this time around, I'm like, that's just pretty weird. I think I'll just wear the gearbox symbol.
Maybe we're both just like broken, disturbed individuals, because that's soon as I saw it, that's what I thought too. I went, that's not right.
Well, yeah, I'm probably borderline psychopath myself, so it's okay.
Maybe if it was like a head. If they gave you
if it was a butt stallion head, that'd be
fine. Cool.
Even a head would be fine. I don't know. It's the ponytail.
Well, I mean, like the character head, like out of your helmet. Okay. Come the ponytail.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah. That would
maybe you get a little unicorn horn.
That'd be cool on your helmet, little horn, little diamondy horn, a little shiny, bling bling. But oh well, it's a ponytail. It's what they decide. But I will say, gearbox. Just consider not doing that. That's weird to me, but that's okay.
At least put the head on it.
Something.
If it's just, then yeah.
Something strange, but we're weird people, so maybe what we're saying is just making everybody listening creeped out about us and not the ponytail. This is all possible. So, with that being said, that's the end of my week. And yes, Matt, great on you for mentioning that you get to go see all the cool gear you get with those deluxe editions. I would recommend wholeheartedly getting that $99 edition. I told you guys that way back in the day when we were first looking at the price points and what you got, because you're getting all the DLC packs, and you got to think those DLC packs probably gonna be $14-15 a piece. Not to mention a couple Headhunter DLCs that might come along, who knows, or whatever. You're going to be spending a fortune. You might as well just get the 99 version now, get all the cool whistles and bells, plus all 4 DLCs, no problem. You're saving money. It hurts right now, but it's good for you in the long run. Just do it. You're
saving money in the long run, and you get to jump in while it's super hot.
Yeah, fresh.
Because when you were like, oh yeah, spend the money now, it's like, well, if you waited, you get the game cheaper and DLC's on a sale. But that'd be 2 years down the road. You'd be listening to the podcast going, oh, look at these cool things they're finding I'm missing out on. Oh, I'm just here playing whatever else. Do. So yeah, I agree. Everybody should just go get it.
You'd be Johnny come lately.
If you're listening to this, you already have it. And if you don't, you should.
That's very true. Anybody listening to this podcast is probably going to have it because you're a freaking psychopath, just like we are. So it doesn't even matter. Yeah. It's all irrelevant. And if you're a newcomer listening, this is your first episode, and you're like, I was hoping to get some news on the Borderlands and the Gearbox. Hey, we got problems, people. Get ready. Hope you got problems too. Strap on in. Let's go. Pew! So, Matt, how was your week, buddy?
Well, my week was actually pretty good. Like you said, good party with the buddies at the buddy's house, his annual summer house party. Outside of that, went and saw Crawl the very next day, and it was a lot different than what I thought it would be, like tonally and just like the structure of the movie, which was a little weird. But I went in, wanted to see alligators and wanted to see people get eaten, and I got plenty of both, so I was happy with Crawl. Outside of that, video game front, I had the first Friday Night Frights, playing Alien Isolation that Howard lent to us for the show. That's been a lot of fun so far. I can't wait to get into even more horrible, scary, awful, death-defying, death-bringing items. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that getting just nuts, absolutely nuts. Outside of that, been playing games on my Switch, man. The new hotness. I got to play it. Played a little bit of Katamari Damacy Reroll, just because that's always fun to play. I also got the Bayonetta 2 cartridge, which came with the Bayonetta 1 download, so I've been playing some of Bayonetta 1. Got farther already than I ever did back in the past when pretty sure I rented it. I don't think I ever bought it, but rented it. Been having a lot of fun with that. Couple issues, but I'll talk about that on What You Play in Third Shift. And then, man, Super Mario Odyssey. That game is the best. It makes me so happy anytime I play it, and I play it for hours on end, and I hunt through all the locations, finding moons, but it doesn't feel like a hunt. It just feels like good times exploring. And if it starts to get that, like, well, where's another one? Then I go, oh, you know what? You've already gotten like 40 more moons than you needed to go to the next world. Off you go to the next world, and then it's all fresh and new and hotness. Oh, man. Earlier this week, I had to call in sick from work, and I sat and played Super Mario for half a day, and it was the best half day I've ever had. It was great. I loved it. That game's awesome. What can I say?
We did it, folks. We've tried for years. We've been getting mad. We're trying to get mad on the Nintendo Switch bus. He's here, and now he sees the error of his ways. He's been redeemed. This is what it's all about, redemption. Bringing people to the light. Bringing them here. And I did it. I've got my ticket to heaven, Nintendo heaven. I'm going there.
You tried to dial it back to Lightbringer Eric.
That's right.
I'm not going to support
man.
that.
You
no.
gotta.
No,
Hey,
no.
everybody, listen. I'm gonna change my last name to Eric Lightbringer. Right. That's a beautiful name. Powerful name.
Do it. Hey, we'll change the show canon. Now you're Eric Lightbringer.
Ooh.
Just like here on Third Shift, I love the Switch, but on IG2G, where I used to crap on it, that's still IG2G canon. It's still a stupid baby dead system. Who knows?
Dark garbage can on fire. Eric's dumb talking about dumb things. Yes, beautiful.
So cut that from the show. You can't expose the show canon to the listeners, Danny.
It's true.
Don't do it. Don't let it happen. Yeah. If I hear about it, then show canon's gonna just get wild. Mm-hmm. It's gonna get wild.
I'll change it all up. I don't even understand what's gonna happen.
But yes, I appreciate you bringing me to the light of the Nintendo Switch. The only problem is I'm still playing through Mario Odyssey, but now every time I look on Amazon or go to Best Buy or walk around in the world and see Switch games, I go, "Oh man, how much is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle?" Because I heard that's good too. And if I heard Mario Odyssey's good and it's amazing, then this has got to be the same thing. Oh wait, what about this? What about this other game? What about this one? Oh man, I could just pile myself with 10 Switch games and never get the chance to play them all.
Hence why I told you years ago, Matt, to get on board. I kept saying, Matt, there's 10 good games. You got to get in. Nah, man, not yet. Matt, there's 15 good games. Dude, you got to get in here. Water's warm. Nah, man, not yet. And now look, now you're drowning. Now you don't even know. You can't even understand where to go. Fire Emblem. 3 Houses is out. Nothing but phenomenal.
It is out now.
Amazing. By the time the show drops, you're going to be able to buy it. And I hear nothing but gold about it. Nothing but amazing.
Man, Fire Emblem. I keep looking at Donkey Kong Returns.
Oh, that's so good.
Also on there too.
Oh, it's so good.
And then every indie game now drops on the Switch. So I'm just scrolling through the shop going, want it. Add to wish list. I got 10 games on the wish list already just for indie games on the eShop. I'm just like, man, it's too much. Oh, I'm just gonna play Bayonetta today. I'm not gonna think about anything else. All right, cool. All right, yeah.
So good. So great. So good. So many good games. It's ridiculous. Can't even imagine. Oh.
But that pretty much wraps up my week and Eric's week. Together as a team this week, we did IG2G episode 58. Had a good old time talking about San Diego Comic-Con. A little bit more on that later in the episode, or things that are outside of it. You know what I'm saying. But that was a good episode. I had fun.
Yes, I had fun as well, Mr. Matt. It was great. I enjoyed it, and I look forward to our next episode, which is for patrons only, coming up. So if you ain't a patron, hey, get on over there. Get you some little loot our way, little money loot, you know what I'm saying? That little monetary value kind of stuff, which would help solve my problems. You know what I'm saying? Help me out.
That's
get
true,
more games to talk about for the show. It's a win-win scenario, and you get some really cool patron-only exclusive content, and sometimes that stuff's pure gold, I'm telling you. One of my favorite episodes I've done in quite some time was actually a patron exclusive. So I'm elated that my wonderful patrons, our wonderful patrons, the people who have supported us, get to hear it, but I'm also very sad because very good conversation is being missed by so many people, and I'm so sad about it.
So yeah, Eric definitely plugged it up real well, but coming up this weekend, we're recording the What You Playing Third Shift for July. So if you're at the $3 up tier, you get access to that. You know all about it already. And if you don't know all about it already, we'll tell you a little bit more about where to go for the Patreon and how we treat it, if it's a tip jar or what, or if we just line our bank accounts just like madmen. You hear about that more later in the episode. Coming up right now, here at my favorite part of the episode, we got shift codes for Golden Keys in Borderlands 2, so hit up the Twitter, the Reddit, the forums, the Instagram, hit up your preferred shift code provider, and get yourself some free loot. And speaking of free loot, this past week has been ridiculous with the VIP codes. Like the whole SDCC thing, I think there were 10 codes that came out. I saw some retweets from people who are not the VIP reporter, so I ignored them and shunned them off to the hole where they belong. But if you're in the Borderlands VIP program, definitely check out our Twitter account. Our man 10K Beers has been shooting codes our way every time he sees them. just follow anybody who follows Gearbox because they're all about the codes. Everyone's retweeting codes. Codes everywhere. You put them in the website. You get free loot for yourself in current games and in future games. It's a great time. It's great things. It's great loot. What do you want from me?
I say it every time. I got to get on board with this. You know, I always joke that I'm an idiot and don't know what I'm doing with this. But I actually do, but my laziness keeps stopping me. I see these codes, and it's literally a click away. But if you guys don't know, my setup is in my basement. So I have to keep the knowledge into my head, then I have to wait till the bedtime of my family, come downstairs, and then instead of just loading up a game and getting going, I gotta go over to the website, pop in these codes, get everything taken care of, check out the dailies, do all the things. And if you don't know me, well, that is a lot of work in Eric's world. Eric Batten just wants to play. Eric Lightbringer, excuse me. Eric Lightbringer just wants to pop that game on and start rolling. But he knows that he should be putting these codes in because it's nothing but free loot and free swag and free cool crap. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. It's killing me.
And almost even worse than that setup is you can just phone Jones it. But you got to remember it. You got to swipe the different windows across. You got to get on. And my phone's getting old. You can see it's like beat up around the edges. That website doesn't work too well on my phone.
Yeah, I'm in the
It's
same
not
boat.
too optimized for it. So I scroll and then it goes blank and then it reloads the top and I scroll and it does it like twice more and then I can get in. But yeah, I jumped in it and it was, the sign up's easy as pie and then entering the couple codes that I got because I put in the biggest point codes and it immediately got the free, weapon roll, got the hot mama, all kinds of good stuff. So I need to be more on top of it. Every time I see our buddy, our VIP reporter, sending us a code, I need to be going in and putting that in there because it's just free loot. And if you redeem, 8 legendaries for previous games, you automatically start with the legendary in Borderlands 3. So it's a no-brainer.
It really is. I need to just hire our VIP reporter to go onto my account and get this stuff for me.
That's a great idea. He could be the VIP of VIPs.
That's right. Taking care of the third shift crew, making sure they're on top of it. Yes, I like this.
So then continue it on into the assorted Gearbox news segment of the show. I'm bringing it up first right now so we don't forget it. We Happy Few, the new Lightbringer DLC is coming out. It's dropping. We got a teaser trailer about it. It's coming out on the 30th of July. You're playing as, what is it, Nick Lightbringer?
Yes, Nick Lightbringer.
I'm getting him confused with Eric Lightbringer.
Yeah,
it's really hard to do.
I'm better than him, but I'm sure he's a great guy too.
He's probably more stylish though. He's got like the cool mod clothes,
Yeah, well, but he's also a psychopath who eats lots of drugs and does bad things.
Well, outside of the drugs, it's pretty.
That is true. We are pretty similar.
Yeah.
Lightbringer, psychopaths, monsters, yeah. Have they been listening to the show and modeling this guy off me? What's going on here?
If I find out that the head of hair he's got is just a wig and he's bald underneath, then we will know for sure. End of the DLC, he just goes, surprise!
I'm bald. Ah! I knew it. It was him all along. That's Eric on drugs. There it is.
Awesome.
Oh, gosh. So, yes, if you enjoyed We Happy Few, make sure you check out this new DLC coming July 30th because it looks to be a hoot and a holla.
That's right. And hey, speaking of hoots and hollers, for We Happy Few, if you've been eyeing up that time capsule special edition little collector's box that they've had, for sale everywhere, and then still now on gearboxloot.com, and you're like, man, I don't know if I should get it because it doesn't come with the game. Well, guess what? At gearboxloot.com right now, it does, suckers. It says for a limited time, but it doesn't. I haven't seen a limit on that time. It comes with a free Steam key for the game, and it's also price dropped down to $79.99. So you get the game itself, you get that whole box full of free goodies, you get the mask, the alarm clock, all the good stuff. So if you're a We Happy Few fan or you've been watching other people play it and you still need the game and the collectibles, now you can get it all in one big box. There you go. Have a great time.
They finally did it. They made the smart move, put the game in with it. Why they didn't do it before is beyond me, but you know what? It's there now. This is your chance to get all the cool swag, play the game at the same time, which many people said was a fantastic game, great game. Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? Maybe it's time for you to get on board with it. I don't know. Maybe Maybe.
And another thing you should be getting on board with is the Gearbox co-op couch streams that have been actually happening every week on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. They had another one today with Elisa and with Meredith Hershey, who is now a licensing coordinator. So they had lots of talks about merch, about licensing. They played the end of Borderlands 2 and talked about GearboxLoot.com. Bunch of fun stuff. I really enjoyed the stream.
I did too. I got in there about 2 seconds late, just after they did the introductions. Started watching, mostly listening, because I was cooking some homemade pizza, which, by the way, Gearbox,
nice.
I'm so glad that you guys are consistent with this. This is fantastic, but it's such a terrible time. I'm trying to prep for the show, cook dinner for the family. This is, what a stressful time. However, I got it. I had it on the phone, a little bit of load time issues. Meredith and Elisa playing together was fun because they're goofballing around, but of course, you know, Meredith's dying, and then she keeps needing reses, and then Elisa's like, I got this great idea. How about we stick together? And I was just cracking up because I'm like, yeah, well, that is a good dang idea. And I've tried that with our friends before many times. Hey, we should probably stay close. And it never works. It never works. No one ever stays close. And sure enough, 2 seconds later, Meredith's off like a mile away. And I was like, yes. This is how it's supposed to be. Discoordination. No, nothing going on right. This is fantastic. I love it.
And I kept trying to look so hard. I missed them setting up the skill tree. If they showed some of that, I think I saw a couple flashes of it. But I was like, does Meredith have the skill that makes Krieg vulnerable to friendly fire? Because I know we played with a doofus who put that on, and I killed him all the time, nonstop. He was always dead. And I couldn't tell quite, because, I mean, it sounds great because it gives you so many buffs in other areas. But if you're playing with people who are not as coordinated as we are, still even not. But it didn't work for us, and I couldn't tell if that was
what was going on
there, or if it was just a tough time.
Well, because she kept saying, because Elisa was like, "I love the conference call. I got that stuck out." I'm like, if she's got the conference call out, and Meredith's using that skill, Meredith's being murdered by Elisa over and over and over again. It's fantastic.
And I kept noticing she was like always on fire, but it was when Elisa would have like her fire wings out, and like I would occasionally see a nova from around her, and then Meredith would be on fire, and I was like, I think that's what's happening, but it's not slow or coordinated enough for me to actually see. Like I'd see the nova here, and then were you already on fire, or was well? But it just took me back to those days of this sounds like a great skill. I don't think the skill's going to work anymore, guys. Hang on
a minute. I'm going to switch it. Yes. And beyond that, of course, she was talking about, where she started at and where she's been since then. And I mentioned the Bulletstorm scenario.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, man, gosh, such good days. I remember the Bulletstorm streams that she was on and playing Bulletstorm.
It was
a wonderful stream. It was a great stream, great time. There was this beautiful shirt, you guys. Beautiful shirt, let me tell you.
There were two beautiful shirts. There were two.
It had the Bulletstorm logo, but it had like these rounds and the circle, and it was on the side, down on the side of, your left torso, I think it was.
And then the other one had like little icons for each of the skill kills you could get. It was like boot, and it would be like a cactus, and like oh man, it was like it made me think of like the Fallout skill drawings. It was that, except for all the things you could do. And it was like neon green on like a brown T-shirt. It looked so poppin' and cool, man.
Yeah, those were some great shirts. Wonderful shirts. I wish they'd bring those back to the gear store. You know what I'm saying? Get a hold of those.
They put those up on GearboxLoot.com. I'd have to buy myself a whole bunch of those.
I'd get myself one for sure. I'll tell you what. Oh, man. So that brought back some wonderful memories. Good times back in the old Bulletstorm days. What a great game. People Can Fly did a great job with that. Hopefully, with what they're working on next, it's going to be great, but it's going to be Xbox exclusive, so I'm never going to play it. So that's unfortunate because I don't buy Xbox. But we're not talking about that. We did, or I shouldn't say we, but Third Shift did an amazing thing. They asked a crazy cool question, or basically asked to, see if the Gearbox would change something up, man. And we talked about this on a show before, and somebody in our crew, I don't remember, a USA Koi, I don't know, whatever that name is.
I don't know, but somebody stole my question that I came up with, my idea that was a great one.
That was my
said,
idea,
guys,
I think, but
I think it was all of it. Well,
or was it Third Shift's idea?
We'll just say it was third shift's
Third
idea.
shift's idea.
I'm pretty sure it was mine.
I'm pretty sure it was mine, but you know.
Well, because I found that page and it listed them all, and there were only 3 that had links out. So I think I was like, well, why don't they all have links out? And then we all went, hey.
How about put it all in the Gearbox loot store and da-da-da-da-da.
But yeah, Danny was in the chat full on hardcore because she said she was putting in all kinds of questions. The one they pulled out was, hey, why don't you guys have a list of all your third parties and put it either on gearboxloot.com or at some kind of, specialty, associated merch segment, so you could just get easy one clicks. Like, oh, look, they're partnered with Zap Diesel. Click, what do they have to offer? And it would take you to zapdiesel.com. So Meredith did say that's more of a question for her lead, which is Erica Stead, but she said it would be a really cool idea. Yeah, third shift never comes up with anything but cool ideas. Don't you know?
That's what I'm talking about. We say it every time. These people got to be listening because, man, we're just rocking out these great ideas. We should go ahead and get this all, what's the word? No, I don't even know the word. I missed it. Patented. All these ideas patented. That way you got to pay us money if you want to utilize all this good stuff we're coming up with.
We'll do it like an author. We'll write down all our good ideas. Well, actually, they're all here in this book.
Yeah, it's true.
In my show notes. So I'll mail it back to myself, and in a week I'll have a postmarked copy of these great ideas. And I'll be like, look, you ripped me off because this was established before you did it. Boom. There we go.
That's it. And, of course, a shout out to Mental Mars, too. He was in there asking a couple questions, messing around, which kind of trends back to the Bulletstorm conversation because he said, oh, man, a lot of Borderlands, huh? And, of course, they were like, well, if by you mean a lot of Borderlands right now, yeah, because that's, of course, what's big and hot. But don't worry, we got some cool other stuff coming, such as Battleborn merch, Bulletstorm merch, etc., etc. So I went, yes. Actually, I don't know. Did she say Bulletstorm or did she just say Duke Nukem? I don't want to misquote. I can't remember now.
I think all I heard was a lot of our other properties.
Yeah, and
I don't remember.
She mentioned names. She did say Battleborn and Duke Nukem for sure. I don't know if she did Bulletstorm people, so I don't want to tell you that, and then there never be any Bulletstorm merch ever again. I got my hopes too high. I'm too high. I'm flying around. I got to come back down a little bit, but. Battleborn merch would be amazing. Duke Nukem merch is always good stuff. If for anything, just to rile people up. That old evil Duke, and I'd be like, yeah, bubblegum, motherfucker.
But you have the perfect segue into merch. But I'm going to pause right before I segue out into the merch area because I do want to say I really did enjoy this stream. I think Meredith is the perfect complement for this show. The sitting next to a friend and playing co-op because. I mean, she and Elisa seem to have a good rapport going, like they've known each other for a while. We saw that they worked together with that Gearbox publishing blog, doing, cakes and cookies and working together on stuff for that. But she also does a really good job of just telling stories, like out of the blue. Like even while, they didn't pull a question from chat, she'd be like, oh, hey, I remember when I was doing this kind of cool thing and blah, 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 right while they were playing. And it was a cool, engaging, fun time. So I appreciated her being there. And if they don't have like special guests, they should just bring her on because it's a good time.
I agree with that. Them two just playing games was fun. It was engaging, good time. Their little, like you said, the rapport they had and the camaraderie they had going back and forth was fun. It was definitely a good show. I enjoyed this one a lot.
Yeah. So we talked about merch earlier. They were showing off a little bit of merch. Meredith had the brand new shirt from the showcase, SDCC Museum of Mayhem, and I'm going to transmog into that. Because earlier in the week, right before SDCC started, they were showing off little hints on the Gearbox Instagram, and now that collection has come to the GearboxLoot.com store, and there's all kinds of new stuff. I ordered the new tumbler with the graffiti mask paint, and then me, I gotta have like 1 million water bottles. I got the Pop Art Psycho Masks water bottle, all kinds of new stuff. Like I wanted to get the that pack of 4 shot glasses with the new Vault Hunter pictures on them. That was pretty cool. All kinds of good stuff.
Which, speaking of that, was really cool because Meredith told the story about them shot glasses. And it didn't even occur to me. They did that specifically for SDCC, and they did it in a style such that it looked like the little icon in the corner of comic books.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, they did. Wow, okay, yep, that makes perfect sense. When I first saw them, I was just like, okay, cool little, shot glasses with the faces, etc. on it. And then when she told that story, I went, nope, that's what that is. Okay. And it all pieces together, it all fits. That's really cool. Man, good stuff.
I said it before, but that Museum of Mayhem, we talked about what it looked like, what we thought it would look like beforehand, before it opened on the last episode. Now we got in-depth, inside footage from our buddy and former co-host of the show, Joe Zoes.
I know.
And then he met Anasni and Sparrow there too.
Yep. He got to talk with Randy Varnell.
I know. He said he even gave us a name drop saying, hey, Third Shift is great. And Randy Varnell said, yeah, you guys are the reason that when we're going through the dark Battleborn times, people like you guys kept us afloat. And I was like, heck yeah, Third Shift's amazing. Heck yeah.
I don't know if he's talking about Third Shift, but I'll take it.
Shut up. You know what? I'm going to put my pie. I put my pie in the sky and it's not going to drop. I don't care. I'm thinking positive, like I told you to do earlier today.
All right,
David.
you're right. No, that was fantastic. Joe Zoes really, pulls through every time for us. Even when he doesn't pay attention and listen, he's always there supporting us. What a good guy.
He is a really good dude.
He is.
I like Joe.
He is. And of course, and then it was cool because he posted the pictures with him and Anasni and then Sparrow. And then Anasni came back and said, what a fantastic dude you are. Super nice and genuine. And I was like, oh yeah, that's totally Joe Zoes. It's always been Joe Zoes. So, boom. Dude's just an infectiously good guy, nice, always pleasant to hang out with, even though he played Trash Can Bird in the Battleborn days, but, whatever.
That's not cool.
It's really, like I said, be positive, forget about the dark moments, just look at the sunshine.
I'll forgive it. All
right,
yeah, just let the sun shine in. Let me open it up and let the sun shine in.
There, bask in it. Beautiful.
But then on top of those pictures, he also gave us pictures of some of that concept art that was up on the wall, the alternative covers or I don't know if they were all in consideration for being the Borderlands 3 cover, or if it was just cool Borderlands 3 art that they put together. All kinds of really cool. I keep wanting to say concept arts because that's kind of what it looked like.
Kind of what it is. But some of it was really fully fleshed out. So I mean,
yeah, and some of it wasn't. Some of it looked like totally finished pieces. So really cool stuff there. I'd recommend checking out his Instagram, Anasdi's Instagram. I'm sure they've all put it up there. Their Twitter accounts, Instagrams, everywhere. Some really cool stuff. I don't know, man. I got jealous. I was sad. I was mad. But then I was happy,
I was honestly a little sad because that's one of those things where you didn't need to have an SDCC ticket to get into this. Yeah. So if we just were there, we could have gone. You know what I mean? And that's the bummer. It's like, gosh, if I was anywhere remotely near there in a heartbeat. I've got friends who live over there, and I'm like, God, if I could just transplant my body or spirit into them and just take over their bodies for a day and go. That'd been awesome. But when you're in Michigan, you can't go nowhere. You're not allowed to. Michigan's got rules, regulations. But
well, it's either two sides of the spectrum. Either you're frozen literally to the ground, like your feet are frozen to the ground, or they have melted into the ground, like it is right now. It's blazing hot.
Exactly.
So you can't move. Yeah. You get 2 weeks in fall to move around, and then your feet start freezing. That's about it.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. And before we move anywhere, though, I want to mention, because you brought up the concept art and all that other cool stuff for the possible logos, and I'm not walking away from that until I mention that there was a piece where they had 2 baby psychos sucking on the teats of a woman psycho. Fantastic, man. That would have been gold. I laughed so hard at that. I thought that was just that was ingenious. I love that piece. So whoever drew that, gosh, man. You got skills. That was hilarious. That could have made it for me. I think that one would have been just as good as the one they chose, which is a fantastic one, by the way. So
put that one on the inside so you can reverse it.
Yes.
Put it on.
That would have been really sweet.
That one was pretty good. The one I really liked was the one where it was like the Psycho Mask as the planet, or like the Psycho Mask on the planet, and the Sanctuary 3 was flying by, and it kind of looked like the planet was cracking and breaking up. That one looked really good, too. I could see that as like an actual video game cover, because it tells it all. Psychos, Borderlands 3.
Sanctuary,
wildness.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. I mean, the one I like most probably isn't the best for, showcasing your game, but man, that's...
I don't know if a Graham is going to pick that one up off the rack for little Jimmy.
I don't think so. But that's true to Borderlands right there. That's some crazy, weird crap. So that's definitely an inside the cover art, sort of deal. So just saying, maybe sneak that in, even though I'm sure it's too late and your cover's already made and being put on cases as we speak. But hey, whatever.
If you worked at like a print shop or something, you could probably print one out.
Oh man, if only I worked at a print shop and had the capabilities and machinery to do such a thing.
But another cool thing that they did have at the Museum of Mayhem, I saw a little bit on Joe's Instagram. They had a big mural that a guy was actively working on, like as people were shopping and investigating. I never saw the finished piece. The bit on Joe's Instagram looked pretty finished, but the guy was actively working on it. He had a psycho mask on. He was painting some stuff up. Then we got big old close-ups of all the statues that they made of all the 4 Vault Hunters, and lots of pictures, especially from Joe, of the cosplay contest. And some people were doing insanely awesome and accurate designs for their cosplay. And then my favorite was the other people who were just like the vending machines. They're just in cardboard boxes that were all done up.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
Oh goodness, yeah, it's crazy to me that already and it has been a while, but it doesn't feel like it. And already we got these wonderful cosplays going on, all this crazy attention to detail, and I'm like, it's only been a minute, and everyone's already out there with these spot on costumes, and I'm like, God, man, these people with the skill sets they got, that's just freaking sweet.
Another thing that always kind of I can't grasp it in my head, but I mean, yes, they do that even before they released the cosplay guides and stuff. People were working on them and had them looking spot on perfect. But then that these people latch onto the characters just by sight alone, versus they know nothing about them pretty much, how they play, what they're like, and it's just like, yeah, that's my favorite character. Boop, I'm Amara now, and I look 100% like her. It's just wild to me. I don't know.
Well, it just shows you that's great character design. I mean, if you're looking at a character and you're instantly drawn to a character just because of the way they look or move in a trailer or whatever, that's good stuff, man. That tells you that people over there are doing a good job.
I mean, no matter what kind of stuff you like, every single character is visually appealing in some way. That's awesome.
It happened for me just recently with the newer trailer with Maz. You know, when she was like doing that, she had that really cool grin, and then she just starts running.
The big thumbs up.
And then she just jumps in that bear mech. The animation for how she kind of like did that feet first dive in there, and like, and I went, yeah, that's my girl right there. That's my girl, and instantly just in love. There we go. Good, done.
You know, I guess that's true, because anytime I see Flack moving around with his big old robot coat and his little skag dogs running around, I'm like, that's it. That's me. That's hoodie up and just dogs everywhere. It's wild. I'm a robot.
See?
That's how it is.
They did it. You know, they did it for us.
They did it.
That's fine. Good job.
I didn't think about it because I didn't make a giant Flack suit, but yeah, they did it. Man, that's cool. This company does really cool stuff, man.
They really do. When they put their mind to it, man, they put out some really great stuff. It's crazy. Which, speaking of that, keeping on with this good stuff, Gearbox rocking it out for us, they did 2 things. And the first one is a small one, but an awesome one. They went ahead and said, hey, check this out. Promethea. Hey, you want to know more about it? Boom. They put out a trailer for it, talking about Promethea and everything about it. And then they gave you a link to go to, which kind of detailed it in more context. Or, as Matt said, mostly the same context. So, pretty cool, but I will say, and I'm sure you're going to mention the same thing, when I saw it, awesome, like the music, I thought it was a lot of fun, it was neat, but I wanted more. I wanted more. I was like, no, deep dive here, people. Give me some lore. I want some good nuggets on Promethea and what's going on there, and what's all the details, how did it happen, how long did it take, who's in charge, why are they in charge, how did they fall out, what's going, da, so on and so forth. And it was just like a little tease, and I'm like, no, it's not enough. Not enough, man.
Yeah, I agree. I watched that little trailer and I was like, all right, awesome. Click to know more. And I went click, and I was hoping it would be Clappy and Steve, like we talked about with Pandora. Oh, look, here we are in Promethea now. Hey-oh! And, running down some of the monsters you'll see, running down some of they showed off the armored infantry and I can't remember what they were called, but the actual monsters.
The giant rat things, yep. Raptures.
Yeah. So, it was there, but I wanted it filtered through that, like, Clappy and Steve's travelogue. But another good thing I will say about it is, I can't remember if it was in that screen or if it was one back on the website. It came up to a part where, they had like a square box on the screen and it was like, learn more about the planets. And it was an animated thing and you could kind of scroll from Pandora to Promethea. So I was like, this is really cool. I hope this gets blown up with like 8 planets you can cycle through. Because that, just like that one piece on the website would be a lot of fun to just where am I going next? Oh man, what's this place? Bloop, and then get this little quick hit info about it. Like, oh man, you're going to be working with Jacobs and Vladoff on this planet. Oh, cool, awesome. Can't wait to see what kind of drops. And then just it'd be an easy way to flick through, see what's going on the different planets, see how many you got. I hope maybe they even flesh it out more. Like in the Borderlands universe, there's these other planets where this is going on. Maybe you don't go there here. Maybe you go into DLC. Who knows? But I was like, that'd be a cool like universe expander thing. Just quick hits on planets and what could possibly be going on there.
Well, and then on top of that, you could do the bestiaries there and stuff. So you could have like all the enemy types are on that planet, all the ones you've engaged with, fought, destroyed, beaten, etc. And that would help you with your trophy hunting if they have a trophy for that, all that good stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities for something like that. It'd be awesome. That would be pretty darn cool. And I'm a liar. I'm a big, dirty, filthy liar, Matt. Because I said there was two things, but you know what? There's one more we can't forget to mention. One more.
Uh-oh.
And that, of course, is the amounts today on top of the whole Promethea thing. They said, hey, that's not all, everybody, because guess what? You tune in every Tuesday and Thursday for the next few weeks now, we're doing character deep dives. So you want to learn more about your favorite character, tune in Tuesday, Thursdays for the next 2 weeks, because obviously 2 every week, 4 characters, da-da-da-da-da. And you will get to learn all about Maz, Flak, Amara, and, of course, Zane. So they're doing it. Oh, I'm excited.
I'm just hoping that each day that they drop one, they also drop this character skill tree builder on the website for that character. Because I've been saying it. I've been saying it since I heard that there were skill trees. I want to get in and click and clack and click and cluck and book and book and do it myself. I got to see it. I got to read it. I got to spend like an hour reading it all.
And I'm in the same exact boat. I really hope they do, because what I don't want to do is that day we get Borderlands 3, I don't want to spend my entire night in the menus.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where I want to go with my skills, etc. I want that to be out beforehand, so like you said, I can spend a couple hours looking over it, deciding where I want to go, and if I really get froggy, see what some of the professional builders are doing, and kind of modify based off that, and what I want as just me and how I play, and kind of see if I can't make a great build just for me, all that good stuff. Otherwise, it's going to be, hang on, Matt, I got to really look here.
And that's what I was just thinking. It'll either be that, or it'll be, oh, well, I don't really want to slow Eric down for 5 minutes while I read all the skills across all the way. I'll just do the build that I saw Elisa and the gang doing. Boop, 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 boop. And it'll work because they won't show us a bad build or anything. But we've said it before. I like making my characters my way, doing it my way, what I like to play. I gotta have it, gotta see it, gotta touch it, gotta click buttons on a website and see things light up. I gotta do it.
I think we're getting close enough to where they're going to do it. They're gonna give you the deep dive of the character, where they're from, how they got to be what they're doing. They're going to probably show a couple really cool images, pictures, and then that skill tree's gotta pop out right there too. And now you have everything on that particular character, and then that's going to get everybody jazzed up, because they're going to be like, oh, because whoever, if it wasn't their favorite one, the first one, oh man, I hope they do, Flak next week. I want Flaks. Come on, let's go. Hype Train McGee.
So that was 2 good things they've done. What's that third good thing that we totally forgot to mention on last week's episode because we're too busy being live and on the 5s, but not really 5s.
The fake 5s, but we were doing it. We were doing what we could. It was crazy. And there was a big topic I wanted to talk about. It's not big, but it's big. It's big, whatever. So they, of course, had this Play Happy Together shindig going, right? And they were sending all the big streamers. They were sending every big name there is out there these boxes with an invitation to attend on a certain date, certain time, play together, happy together. They got a old tape deck with a mixtape on it and all the rose and everything. I mean, a psycho mask, the whole shindig. This thing was crazy. And everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people were like, oh my God, what's going on? This is big, it's crazy. A lot of money involved in that. And sure enough, that day came and they showcased a new trailer, which was the Happy Together trailer. Fantastic trailer. Friggin' phenomenal, great trailer, just spot on, awesome. So, came and went, and a lot of people were like, that was awesome, trailer's freaking fantastic, that was great. And then there was another part, it was like, what the hell? You spent millions of dollars to ship out all these boxes full of all this craziness to all these people to, you're invited to join us for this very special day, very special time. And of course it was the trailer, which was great. But it was like a weird, just in the middle, like, sort of event for me, where I'm like, that was awesome. That's 2K putting real big bucks out there, getting this game promoted, doing all sorts of all the right things, getting everyone hyped in any way and shape form they can, sending all the big streamers and names, all this crazy cool crap, making sure all their listeners, followers are on board, getting hyped with them. But on the other side, that was millions of dollars spent to showcase a trailer. And I was like, that is so weird to me. Like, awesome, I guess, but weird. It was just strange, because I'm like, okay, this is gonna be something strange, this is gonna be something crazy, and it was a fantastic trailer, but it was just a trailer. You know, you see trailers drop all the time for little to no reason, and then spend millions of dollars to showcase a trailer. I was like, okay, man, they're really going to town here.
Yeah, I mean, I can see both sides of it, because when they were like, hey, join us for a togetherness or a celebration of togetherness or whatever it was, I was like, what is this going to be? Is it going to be some kind of new event? Like maybe even whether it's just online or like something going on at Gearbox that people would, be able to dial into, some kind of event in a conference room or something. So when it was just a trailer, I was like, same as you, I went, man, that's an awesome trailer. I really love it, because you could tell they had fun making that trailer. It was 100% fun and cool and goofy and wild and epic. But then at the same time, I was like, well, it's just a trailer. I see trailers for everything all the time. I see like 10 trailers when I go to the movies each time. But at the same time, the other side of me went, man, if they could do all this just for a trailer for Borderlands 3, imagine if they just, I mean, it's awesome. It's crazy. I love it that they can do stuff like this. If a company sent me something like that, I'd be flipping out, losing my mind. But I mean, imagine if they took just a fraction of the money, time, and effort they did for a trailer, and you put that towards something like Battleborn when that came out. I was like, how different would that have been? Because you would have got people excited. What's this? What is it? And even if you didn't do hands-on, big extravaganzas in California, you'd have people with eyes on the game. They'd be learning about it. They'd be knowing about it. It would be, I mean, I don't know that you could avoid what happened, but that would have helped, because people would have understood more what they were looking at. And I was just like, man, it was so cool and hype. I was just like, man, why didn't this happen before? 3 years ago, this would have been amazing.
Yeah. And it's so weird too, because obviously this had to be 2K throwing the cash out there for it. I mean, that's too much money for Gearbox to be fronting like that. But as we learned on the stream today, Meredith said they hand drew the mixtape, the art and the wording and all that on those little mixtapes. That was all hand drawn and done by them. Yeah. So this was a scenario of 2K going, here's $5 bajillion. Go do something cool and send this out to people to get eyes on this game and get people on board buying and obviously pre-ordering this game and making money.
So were these the same like Claptrap mixtapes that were on the store for like a couple days? Did you see the tape itself? Because I know that was like a hand-drawn Claptraps mixtape, like actual cassette type, and it was like $200 because there were only like 20 of them or something. Was it that same thing?
I don't know.
If it was left over from this, that's tons of those that were made. Man.
Yeah, I don't know now, because I know they all got the tape thingy with the tape deck with the mixtape in it.
But yeah, I don't know, because...
So now I'd like to know the deets on that one now, because now I'm wondering too if that was just leftovers, or if there's some confusion in the ones they sent to the people that wasn't the hand-drawn ones, and that was just some generic one they put on, because I didn't ever see any real detailed pictures of it. I'll have to go take a peek. So afterwards, I'll go look, and then I can clarify next week if I was totally off, and it was just some generic tape one sent to all the streamers, etc.
But I know even the Walkmans were like done up like they looked like they were straight out of Borderlands. Like even the machinery itself was all airbrushed or whatever kind of art thing. I'm not an artist. I mean, it looked like you one came from Pandora to you with roses and tape in it. It was wild.
It was wild. It was insane, and I agree with you. It's like, it just shows you that 2K, of course, believes in this product, is behind this product 100%, and unfortunately, you can tell that back when Battleborn was doing the same, 2K was just not there. 2K knew the writing on the wall, and just said, to heck with it, I guess.
We've had the conversation before about sequels and franchises versus new IPs, but I mean, I was thinking about it earlier today as I was driving home because I knew we were going to talk about it. I was like, man, this really makes me sad. Like, we can't put that into Battleborn. We don't know what it's going to do. But if you had done some, it would have done better probably. But instead you didn't. And now you put it into something that's already going to be gangbusters, which, again, I like it. This is really awesome. This was a super cool thing that they did. But maybe, like, I wanted that for Battleborn.
For some other titles, yeah, you know, because I'd love to see a Battleborn 2. I'd love to see them go back. And obviously they'd have to iterate because, you know, the whole hero shooter thing's not going to be around forever. It's not going to last. But the story in Battleborn, everything, the characters were fantastic. The lore behind it all, you could totally turn that into another single-player or co-op franchise. And you could leave, you know, honestly, you could make a PvP section, but you could make that a side thing and just turn into a wonderful franchise, just like the Borderlands is, if you really put your mind and effort into it, and you got 2K behind you to give you the funding for something like that. But
because imagine sending out like a DVD, like you could put like one of those mini DVD players, mock it up like these tape decks, and put it in a DVD that showcases all the heroes and their ability and some gameplay. Then everyone would know that it's totally different from a typical hero shooter. You'd see Boulder, or, you know, maybe it's just a DVD about Boulder. You send that to this streamer. You send one of Phoebe to that streamer that everybody knows and can see. Oh, man. Oh, it's just another great idea from Third Shift. Gee whiz, if only I could bottle this and send it back in time.
Yeah, right?
Jeepers.
Jeez. It's nuts. You know, like I said, that it was cool, but that was the part of me as well that was like, well, man, you know, spending millions of dollars to send people who don't really, and some of them are, you know, they're thankful, but, you know, a lot of the bigger streamers, they get stuff like this all the time. And you could tell, they open it up, oh, this is neat, okay, cool, yeah, Borderlands doing something crazy, guys, alright, now back to Prey, or Mario Maker again, or, you know, whatever they're playing, and away you go, and it's like, damn, you know, that's millions of dollars just to get that couple minutes, and it was totally awesome, it was totally cool, it was totally an event, but they didn't want to spend that on anything else. Just that.
And as we said, that's the world we live in now. You give influencers and streamers a whole lot of stuff in hopes that they'll
showcase it, talk about it, because of the millions of followers.
Somehow that ups your sales. I don't know.
It really does.
That's strange.
It's crazy. It's.
I mean, it's proven. Yeah. So it's just weird.
It works. You know, it really does, and it's just nuts to just think that that's common practice now. You know, spend millions of dollars to send this product out for 3 to 4 minutes FaceTime on, you know, all these different streamers, influencers, stuff, and then off it goes, and it's over. And
if their numbers don't show that streaming this is big for them,
they stop and they move on to whatever. Yeah, so it's nuts. It boggles my mind. It's a whole different topic for a whole other day of conversation.
It's what we've
already talked about before, and I'm sure we will again, because it's just fascinating and it's crazy watching all this works and goes down, and who makes the cut, who doesn't, and then getting these developers talking about like why you don't rate and who does, and what you should do if you want to be there, and yeah, it's everywhere now.
And why some stuff catches on and some doesn't. Like, you can have the most popular game in the world as a streamer, and if your people just don't like watching that, then, well, here's your niche, and you turn this way.
It's crazy.
It's just it's wild. I don't know. I'm an old man. I don't understand this.
Exactly. I'm getting that old fangled. I don't understand kids and what. I just used to watch good trailers and gameplay and decide for myself. But whatever. Hey, you know, whatever floats the boat. It was really cool. Right. I appreciate it. 2K is really behind this, which pretty much means Gearbox are, you know, skilled individuals, awesome at what they do. So you know this product's going to be great. And then you got the money 2K's going, just do it, man. Everything you want, do it. All the trailers you want, all the things you want. This game's already shooting to the moon, and it's not even out yet.
Oh, yeah.
So, good stuff.
Yeah, definite good stuff. And I think that's about all the good stuff we got for this show, unless you got anything else, Eric.
That's it. That is done deal for the show today, Matt.
That's a done deal for the show. But if you guys got good stuff to send to us, like questions, comments, concerns, mailbag questions, haven't read one of those in a while, except that's a lie. I read one last episode, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Well, it's been 2 episodes now since I've had a mailbag question. You can send any and all good stuff to us, via email at info@thirdshift.me. You can tweet it at us at ThirdShiftME. You can find us on Facebook under Third Shift. Maybe we'll even have like a phone number you can call. Danny's been looking into that. If you guys like phone numbers and leaving us messages, let us know, and maybe we'll do that.
I like this idea already. Everybody be able to give us a phone call. And you know what? Maybe I'll just answer that phone.
We could actually get Randy to call us like he said he always would. He said he'd be on the show. He'd be like, hey, Randy, call up and say something. Well, what do I say? What did your show about? It doesn't matter, Randy. Just say something, dude.
Just say something. Oh, that's great. Yes. Well, waiting on that. Before that happens, you know what? You like what you hear? You should head on over to Patreon, okay? And maybe, as I talked about earlier, consider helping us out, hooking us up, giving us that wonderful tip, because that's right. We treat it just like an old tip jar, $1, $2, $3, $5, or that coveted $1 million, in which case we'll open up that Food Lion, quit everything we're doing, put cameras up everywhere, have an aisle with babies in jars, the whole 9 yards. We'll have a USA Okoye. She'll be in a big old lion mascot, dancing around, prancing for the people. This is the alternate reality that you could all have if only we got that $1 million. If you cannot donate $1 million or even the $1 or $2, we do understand. You can support us in so many other ways. You know, the likes, the 5-star ratings on the iTunes, interactions on the Twitters, the Facebook, mailbag questions, Facebook questions. You know what, everybody? Head on over to Facebook and throw a question up. That's great. That's the way to do it. Or, hey, Twitch Prime subscriptions. Those are super handy, super helpful. Following us over there on the Twitch. That would be great. And before I pass it back to you, Matt, I just want to say, speaking of Twitch, everybody's over there. But this weekend, we got a game called Wolfenstein Youngblood in which me and Matt are going to play together at the same time, rocking out. We're going to be killing Nazis, having a good time Saturday night. So you know what? You should definitely tune in and check that out because it might be awesome. It might not. I don't know. We're going to find out.
And what might also be awesome or not will be Friday Night Frights. I don't know if I'm just going to get killed by robots in one room over and over and over again and pull a Howard, or I might find an alien and then also get killed by that forever. But I'm going to be sitting here with the lights off, maybe drinking a beer to help steady my nerves, and getting scared by robots and aliens and booging loud noises and things falling from the ceiling. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be wild.
It is. You know, it's crazy because you got Friday Night Frights with Matt. You're gonna have the Saturday night crazy times with the Nazis, and then on Monday, go check USA Okoye. She's gonna be playing probably Danganronpa. I think that's what she's rocking out right now. And she was putting up the polls, seeing what people wanted to play, and I think she only made it so you can pick that. So
she made a correct decision.
She did.
That game is awesome.
It is. It's a lot of fun. It's crazy to watch. It's freaking nuts. So all three of us, in some way, shape, or form, are going to be out this weekend in the general whole sense. So you should be checking that out.
And I'm gonna say, if Danny's blowing through a chapter of Danganronpa each night, you're definitely gonna want to tune in to the Wednesday stream, unless I have my characters confused. I think the Monday stream is going to be one character's chapter, and the Wednesday stream is going to be the one you're not going to want to miss. It's got a great moment in it. I've been waiting for it ever since you started streaming. I can't wait to see her reaction to the little mini game you got to play. Oh my God, it's going to be fantastic. But what else is going to be fantastic will be our very next episode of Third Shift. That's going to drop on the 2nd of August. So hit up all the usual places and find that next episode, like iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. And as I always say, if you like what we're doing and you'd like to help us out, please give us a like, a rating, a review, a comment, a subscription, any kind of good thing on any one of those good services, because it does help us out, and we really do appreciate it.
Indeed, we do appreciate it. 5-star ratings for us, 5-star ratings for you. But until you do, there's nothing left to say. But don't
forget to save.
Eric Lightbringer,